So this is Charlie from Lumar Plumbing. We've been working together for around 4 to 5 months now. And we're going to be doing an interview with him today. So
How you doing, Aiden?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, basically we're just going to ask him a couple questions, kind of how it's been working, as a team together, the revenue we've generated, just in general, how the experience has been working with, me and Jeff. So I'm going to start off with the question, where were you guys like before you started working with us in terms of marketing?
So we've tried several different tactics to garner new business leads. We tried everything from Angie's List, direct mail postcards, other, SEO companies for the website, and then started getting into really trying to get more Google reviews, which was a very manual process. We were
Okay.
asking our techs to do it, and we were looking for a way to kind of simplify it. And so that's where I was approached by Aiden and Jeff, and I really liked their pitch. And I said, well, you know what, let's give these guys a shot.
So I guess my next question would be, so why did you make the decision to work with us rather than the other people that were, potentially looking to work with you at the time?
I saw how kind of passionate that they were into like my success. Like they were hungry, ready to go. Like really, you could tell that, one, that they're, invested in their own success as a business and to our success as a customer, and excited to work with. And to see that kind of energy really makes a difference, as opposed to like a bigger company that just, they don't have any skin in the game. Aiden and Jeff are like, it matters to them. And so so why not, let's give them a shot.
All right. So how has the experience been working with us the past 5 months, you would say?
It's been fantastic. It's been a little bit of a learning curve for us to figure out kind of what works and what doesn't work, and integrating some, different processes and a little bit of technology. But it really was, much easier than I thought it was going to be. Um, you guys are really communicative. You're letting us know kind of what's going on. You respond to our emails, changes, the website, and just the leads have been fantastic. It was obvious. It took a little while, to kind of ramp up. So maybe the first 4 or 5 weeks, it took a while for to kind of get into the whole algorithm. But once it did, like, the phone, they every week we're getting new leads. So it's been pretty fantastic.
So what would you say the revenue has been so far, like this month? Just an idea.
It's thousands of dollars of revenue that it added. Probably I'd have to look, but it could be anywhere, from 10,000 to $20,000 a month in like leads that come in. And they do, um, they're all sized. They could be much smaller. It could be a service call, new customer. But I also look at it. It's not that month that so it's like, for us, the value of a customer is the length of the relationship. So we want to be their plumber for life. So it's not how much they spent with us on the first call or the first month. It's like, what is the value of the lifetime of the customer? And so with our industry, with plumbing, I'm sure it is with a lot of home services, is that once you get in and they have somebody that they trust, they do good work, that's fair. um, they don't, you become their plumber. They call you for everything. So the first call may be to snake a drain or replace a toilet, but the next call could be to renovate their kitchen and bathrooms, and, going from a several $100 project to several thousands or tens of thousands. So,
For the
yeah,
lifetime value.
yeah.
And then, my last question would be, or two questions. So, did you expect this when you started to work with us? Like on our first ever meeting, did you expect for this to happen?
Not to this level.
Okay.
Because past experience of working with other companies, to Angie Lead's been through that, epic waste of time and money. Direct mail postcards, trying to get new customers, zero success from that. I get people that solicit to me for radio, outdoor billboards, emails, newsletters, things of that nature. And we understand you got to spend money to make money. So, it was, a great experience for us to kind of see results start come rolling in. And and that's why I speak really highly of you guys and refer you to other like businesses, because we're all in the same boat. I don't even
Yep.
look at other, home service providers as, or even other plumbers. I don't even look at them as competitors, because there's so much work out there. There's so much, so many people that we can help, that when you get turned on to something that it works really well, it's like, hey, and we're about helping other people, so um, that's why, it's been a joy working with you guys, and looking forward to see, where we can take this to the next level.
Yep. Yep.
And it's like, and trying things too. So we understand that we try things. If it works, great. If it doesn't, move on, and you got to give it the appropriate time. And so even with you guys, knowing that, like, okay, you need at least like 90 days, to really see the value of the kind of work that you're providing, because you may not see it in 5 weeks like we did. But it's the same thing with a lot of things, like, a newspaper ad or radio, like, one hit wonders don't work. And so, it's been exciting because it's really been working. The phone's been, the biggest challenge working with you guys sometimes has been like keeping up with it, because there are a lot of, the phone's been ringing off the wall. And so how do we keep up with it all? And that's a legit, challenge. And like, you know, and it's funny because, I talk to other people, I get solicitors that come in and sell us stuff all the time, right? So our suppliers, and they come in and they ask me, how's business? How's business? And they're calling on dozens of other plumbers. And they're like, yeah, we know it's the slow season. Yeah, it's died down a little bit. And I'm like, not us, man. Busiest we've ever been. And we've been in business for 60 years. And really kind of taking new technology, leveraging it to find new customers, because that was the thing. We have a great customer base, but, you need to replace them. They get older, they die, they move, so getting new customers was like a huge focus. And it's been a great tool, great tactic, great team to work with.
Well, I'm glad we had the opportunity to help you, man. And then the last question of the entire interview would be, what would you say to the plumber or, the business owner who's kind of on the fence with working with us? And, what would you say to ease them into working with us and think maybe this is the team that we want to work with?
You got to give them a shot. You got to spend money to make money. I think if you're patient and kind of let them do their thing, let them cook, as they say, you'll be pleasantly surprised. You do got to kind of, you got to make sure you're doing your part too. You got to be a good partner with them. If they need information, if they need you to follow up on things, you got to be, they're not just gonna, you got to return the phone calls on a timely manner. You got to, keep up with your leads. You can't, sleep on these things. You got to be, just as hungry as they are, but it's not overwhelming. It's not a bunch of new things that you have to do that, like, it's going to take time away from you running your business. It's not. And then once you kind of get them onboarded and working with someone in your office, you don't necessarily have to be involved at all, except for some feedback, and so I'd say give them a chance. These guys are smart, they're hungry, they hustle, they're kind, and they're honest. And that's a big thing too. Like, we don't do business with people that are we have a pretty high standard for the customers that we work with, to the people that we employ. You're not in business as long as we are if you're working with people that are, kind of, not, I don't want to say sleazy, but they're not honest and fair. And so we've been successful with the mantra is that we're in business of helping people, and plumbing is what we do. And I get the same feeling from Aiden and Jeff, that they are the same way. It's like they want you, they get excited when we succeed, and you don't see that with other companies. And so I highly recommend that you give them a chance to see what they can do, and I think you'll be extremely happy with the results.
All right. Well, I appreciate the kind words. It's been great working with you for the past 5 months. we're excited to see where we could take this, as a team together in the future months. I'm excited, maybe
So
get that new location, just keep growing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's all that
absolutely,
matters.
100%, man. And it's been great working with you guys. And I love to see the energy of a young company. And I love supporting young guys that like really want to do something. And that's been, also part of the joy for me personally is kind of seeing this young energy with, with the youth these days and staying on top of technology. So thank you so much, Aiden. Thanks,
Yeah.
Jeff. And let's kill it. I'm looking forward to keep
Thank you for
going.
the opportunity. As always, it's been great, man. It really has. I'm excited to see what we could do.
Fantastic. But listen, I got to jump.
All right. Cool.
You and I will talk soon.
Yes, we
And
will.
thanks again. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it, Aiden.
Thank you for the interview, man. I
You
appreciate it.
got it. See
Take
ya.
care, Charlie.
Good luck. See ya.